of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
Today I'm going to show you how to do a dry park steering linkage check. It's one of the methods that we need to do to analyze any steering problem. Now, a dry park term means that the weight of the vehicle is on the front tires, and that means the steering linkage is in the same position as it would be on the road. We have a assistant that's going to move the steering wheel backward and forward at about once a second, so we can look at the steering linkage. This is necessary to check tie rods, pitman arms.
Okay, move it backward and forward about once a second, and now we're checking the left outer tie rod end, and I don't see any visible movement. So I would say that one's okay. We're going to look at the right outer tie rod end, and I don't see any movement there. Now to check the inner, this is the right inner tie rod, and I don't see movement there. So far so good. I'll try to get a shot of the, there we go. That's the left inner tie rod, and it's good. Now I'll check the pitman arm, which is out of the steering box. And we see lots of movement there. That is a dangerous amount of movement, and they've been known to come off the steering linkage when the driver would have no control whatsoever. So that's the dry park inner and outer tie rod on the left side, and the inner and outer tie rod on the right side, and the pitman arm. The other component in the linkage is the idler arm, and we're going to check that on another vehicle. Now we're going to check the idler arm on it's another vehicle, but this one I know needs some work, so we're going to check the idler arm. We've already done the dry park on this vehicle, and I'll show you that right now. The idler arm is usually, there's one on the passenger side, and an idler arm holds the steering linkage up parallel with the control arm. The tie rod should be parallel with the control arm, and you can see here, if you get a side view, that it's bolted to the frame and it's holding the center link, and it's got a ball stud joint at the center link, which goes to the other side. So the only way to check that is to move it up, and there should be no movement whatsoever, and this one is worn out. Checking the idler arms on this vehicle, we've determined that it needs 2 idler arms.
Most vehicles have one idler arm on the passenger side to hold the steering linkage up on the right side, and the pitman arm holds it up on the left side. But this vehicle had 2 because of its engineering. Both idle arms would have to be replaced on this vehicle to make it safe.
That movement will cause the steering to wander and be a little bit unpredictable.
To sum up, it's our job to make this vehicle safe and check it thoroughly, take our time, and conclude definite opinions about the condition of the steering linkage. And in this video, we have witnessed a pitman arm that was dangerous and an idle arm that was dangerous. In the future, we may find loose tie rods, inner or outer, and we have to inform the customer of the danger and offer our services to repair it.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Okay, cut.
Picking up a 10 plus me.
For what you need.
I'll need a credit card that's got no